guys, welcome to today's Be Well Alive. We're going to be talking about getting outside to do your workouts and my top tips to make sure you have an effective and safe workout. So I thought I'd join you from outside. Beautiful day today. We lucked out. The weather's actually supposed to get super warm. So let's make sure that we go over these tips so you can actually get outside, enjoy the warm weather, enjoy the sun, and get physically active. My first tip is probably the most important one, is to bring water along with you. It's really important, especially when we're outside. The heat can really get to you. If you're in a space, most soccer fields, turf fields especially, get super warm. So you want to make sure that you have your water with you. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated, and your performance can actually drop pretty dramatically. So you want to make sure you're also loading up on water before you go out, but also that you have it very accessible to you, so you can sip on it during your workout or during your training session. You want to make sure you're not having big gulps. Slowly drink your water. Make sure it's cold, but slowly drink it so you don't get any upset stomach. If you want, you can also use something like a Gatorade that has a bit of carbs in it and a bit of sodium. But water, as long as you're hydrated before and during, you should be fine. Big gulps are perfect. I think the cream soda big gulp is a favorite. But yes, Mike Brain for something York asked about big gulps. Stick to water. It's the cheapest and the most important. So make sure you have your water with you, and make sure you drink before you go out. Another tip is to actually keep an eye on your weather, your local weather. There's lots of apps you can use. You're probably going to get your best information the day of, so check in the morning. But if you're planning your workout, you can check a couple of days before. But obviously, the closer you get to that day, the more effective the forecast is. Okay, the more accurate it's going to be. So obviously, you want to make sure that you're working out and it's not wet to prevent any slips or anything like that. You want to make sure also it's not too hot. You don't want a humidity warning or anything like that. So really make sure that you're keeping an eye on those two things. Lightning, obviously, as well. Try to plan your workouts on days where it's a bit nicer out. No rain. Nobody wants to run in the rain or get hit by lightning, so make sure that you're clear of that. But also, like I said, the humidex and the air quality. So a lot of people do have issues with air quality and asthma. So make sure if you are asthmatic, that you're taking a look at that too. It'll tell you actually the air quality in Toronto does get midsummer does get a little dicey with the air quality, so you want to make sure you're checking for that as well. Okay. Your last tip is actually to plan your workout for the day. If we know it's going to be super hot midday, we want to make sure that we're doing things that where we're expending a lot of energy. You want to do that in the morning before it gets too warm, or at sunset, or after dark when it's nice and cool. Okay. You don't want to do max hill sprints at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a really sunny day. You really do want to make sure that you're taking the time to plan out your workouts, okay? Something like yoga is actually really nice to do in the mornings as well, like during sunup or sunset, but that's something you can actually do midday as well, depending on the intensity of it. You can do that throughout the day. So those are my 3 tips. Make sure you have enough water, you bring it with you, but also you're drinking before you go out. My second tip is to check the weather. So weather apps are pretty effective these days, pretty accurate. You want to make sure that you're not planning your workout for a day where it's going to rain and thunderstorm or have poor air quality. And then the last one is just to plan out your actual day. So make sure if you're doing a hard workout, you're planning it for either sun up or sunset, so that it's nice and cool when you're doing so. Okay, so I encourage you guys all to get active today, and actually I think today's the last day of the lockdown. So see what you can do. I know some of the beaches in Toronto are open now. They'll have lifeguards out there this weekend, I hear. So it's supposed to be about 31 degrees. I think it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All next week's supposed to be really nice. So check in with that. First aid kits. I just had someone ask about first aid kits. For sure, yeah. If you have a first aid kit, for sure bring it along with you. It's a great idea. you want to make sure you have a well-stocked first aid kit. If you have one, bring it with you just in case anything. But yeah, water, pack your water, and also if you're going like far deep into the woods or off the beaten path, and make sure you tell somebody where you're going, so that they know, just in case anything happens. But those are your tips, and hope you guys do well. Get outside while you can. Weather's beautiful, and have a great weekend. Okay.